Hey everyone, today's video I'm going to share with you all of the pros and the cons of living in Utah. This is an updated version meant for 2024. If this sounds good to you, then stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Speckman. I'm with the Living in Salt Lake City channel. If you are thinking about making that move here to the great state of Utah, you want to learn everything about what it's like living here, eating here, sleeping here, playing here in the state of Utah, especially in the Salt Lake City area, then click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I do new videos. Lately, I've been getting a ton of people that are calling me, texting me, emailing me all about moving to Utah. What's it like to live in Utah? All of that. So if that's you, please do that. Let's get going on the video today. Con number one, we're going to start with the fact that the LDS Mormon faith has a huge, strong influence over local politics and other things in the state of Utah. While I don't see this as a big negative to living here in Utah, I've heard things, read things online, mainly Facebook. Seems to be that's where most of the haters hang out. Well, they have it as a big con, so that's why it's number one on the list right now. You can comment below your thoughts on that subject. Pro number one of living in Utah is going to be our national parks and other cool places that you get to visit. And we have what are called the Mighty Five, which are Arches National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion National Park. Now, I went as a kid to, I believe, Bryce Canyon, but I was really, really little, so I don't really remember it much. Just remember the dirt and some of the little bit about what it kind of looked like. But I definitely need to go back and take my kids there. Something that is amazing and something that we get to enjoy. There's also this super cool place called Goblin Valley where they have these little things that look like goblins that you get to see that are there. So, and there's a bunch of other places that you can explore. Certain places out in the middle of nowhere. They had that metal thing that was a big thing a year or two back where you could go and see that thing. So, just a lot of cool different places that you can go all through the state for that. Pro number two of living in Utah is also con number two, and that's the weather here in Utah. After we've been here now a few different seasons through them both, I can speak about how winter, it seems to last 30 to 45 days longer than what we would like it to last, especially this year. It seems like it's a colder winter. Seems like it snowed more days of snowing, but not necessarily more in inches of snow. But that, and it seems like it's just been bitter cold most of this winter this year. So I don't know if that'll lead to a warmer south. Oh, I don't know if that will lead to a warmer southern. Wow. I don't know whether the colder winter will lead or a shorter spring, but we'll see how it goes this year. Just know that that can happen. I'm sure that if I was an avid skier or snowboarder, however, I did go snowboarding once this year. I had a friend come out and he forced me to go snowboarding, so we took lessons. I don't think I'll ever snowboard again, but I definitely will ski next year. And I would be totally cool if the winter lasted as long as it does, because I would want to hit the slopes all the time. But I want warm weather and I want no humidity, and that's one of the cool things that Utah has for it. Fall in Utah is amazing. It's one of my favorite times of year. The leaves change colors. It's not as hot, so it's still really, really nice. I feel like it's perfect weather. It's not too hot, not too cold in the fall. It does start to get dark faster, and I wish that it would stay light out longer. But if you have kids like I do and they want to go trick or treating coming on Halloween, then you need it to get dark sooner. Otherwise, they're going to be trick or treating at 9 or 10 at night. Pro number three of living in Utah is the great outdoors. So, whether you choose to live down in St. George or Moab or Salt Lake City, where I'm at, or you want to go to Park City, which is awesome, all of it has cool things that you can do in the outdoors, from hiking, camping, fishing, fly fishing, boating. We have a number of awesome lakes and reservoirs that you can take your boats and watercraft. You can kayak, paddleboard. In fact, My kid Chase was just asking me when he's going to be able to go paddleboarding, and I said the reservoirs are just still too cold for us to go, so we need another month probably before we'll take the paddleboards out. But he absolutely loves. He'll sit all day on his paddleboard. We bought it for him for his birthday, and he just absolutely loves sitting on the paddleboard. He'll paddleboard out and just kind of sit, and then he'll paddleboard around. But it's a great thing that you get to do, and then since it's nice and warm, that's super cool. You just have a ton of things that you can do in the outdoors, whether uh, you like hiking like I do or you don't. But one cool thing about living here is it doesn't get dark until like 10 p.m. at night. So like I can work all day with clients, come home, grab a quick bite to eat, and then go and hit a trail. And I never was into hiking before, but now I'm into doing waterfall hikes, and I've done I think 8 now so far, and there's probably 20 or 30 different ones for me to go do, so I still have a bunch more to go do. So that's something that I really enjoy doing is hiking. And then camping, we want to do more camping this year, so hopefully the weather is nice this summer and we get to camp a bunch. The other favorite thing that I like to do in the outdoors is take my Jeep and go four-wheel driving. We have a number of places around where I'm at where I can go. We have 5 Mile Pass, which is an awesome area to go out. Then we have Little Moab. Then we have the real Moab, which is about a 4 hour drive for me. And Moab is just amazing. We didn't make it to Easter Jeep Safari this year. It fell on my nephew's 30th birthday, and he didn't want to go this year, so we skipped it. But we'll go out this summer and probably camp overnight somewhere, or camp 2 or 3 nights, I guess, and then hit a bunch of trails and then drive back. So that's super cool. If you're into four wheeling at all, there's a ton of that for you to do here in Utah. Con number 3 of living in Utah is going to be your limited public transportation in the state of Utah. So this is not a con if you live near Salt Lake City, because Salt Lake City has amazing public transportation, but everywhere else in the state, you're really going to be taking the bus or some sort of ride share or Uber and Lyft to get around. Or you can always rely on Old Faithful, which is the Heel Toe Express. Pro number 4 of living in Utah is going to be the education. And as a parent with 2 kids in school right now, I have Chase and Nate that are going. Nate's graduating high school. Chase is in 8th grade, so he will be starting 9th grade next year, which one of the things that I don't like about the education here in Utah is 9th grade does not actually go to high school. You're still at middle school. I really wish they would change that where we are. I know that there are some places where you're in high school in the state of Utah, but where we are, it's not. And I think that's awful to make. You kind of get cheated out a year of high school, I think, by being stuck with 7th and 8th graders. But that's just me. We went through a number of different middle schools and elementary schools here in Utah, so I feel like I have a good grasp on the education process. And then other people that we've helped move here, they have had kids in school, so I've heard nothing but good things about the school here. Colleges are really good in the state of Utah. We have some really good colleges. My niece got her master's degree at the University of Utah, and my son will be going to a computer-based college up in Salt Lake City next year. But due to us, just moving around, we know a bunch about the different schools. Megan graduated with her culinary degree from Utah Valley University. She absolutely loved going there. So that's a great place if you're going to go to college. It's really affordable. She has no student loan debt. We were able to help cover that. And then she got a grant from somebody who paid the majority of her uh, college tuition. So that was super cool. We have the second ranked public university or community college university called SLCC. And then a bunch of the other colleges around here are really good. BYU is nearby. So just if you know you're going to have kids there or you want to go to college, we have good colleges in the state of Utah, and they are really affordable. Con number 4 of living in Utah is going to be our air quality here can be pretty bad, can be awful. I think the first year that we were here, the air quality wasn't so good. We had a number of days where I think it told us not to go outside or something from that effect. Smoke from forest fires, typically from California, Oregon, and Washington, though we can get our own fires, but that helps with contribute to our air quality issues, but that's typically during the summer months. In the winter time here, November through March, April, there's something called the inversion layer that we have to deal with, where warm air gets trapped by cold air, causes really poor air quality. Typically, has a smog type look or feel to it. But if you have breathing issues or anything like that, you want to speak to your doctor ahead of time. And also, we are high elevation, so that leads to some other issues that you can have, like where you need to drink a lot more water, you need to apply more sunscreen than maybe you would think you need to. Um, just some other issues you can deal with. Lotion is your friend. I know that a few times a year I will scratch myself really, really badly, and then that lets me know like I should have been putting more lotion on, and my wife gets on me for that. Pro number 5 is also con number 5. This could be a pro for you, could be a con for you, but since you're looking at moving to Utah, I'm guessing that it's going to be more of a pro. But that is that the state of Utah is a conservative or red state, as you will. Utah is pretty red. I don't see that changing anytime soon with just the way that the political landscape is of the state of Utah. Some areas are blue, such as Moab and Salt Lake City would be the two bluest areas. Uh, Salt Lake City area where I'm at, it's about a 50-50 split, which I think is a really good split. That leads to a lot of, I guess, good things and bad things that can happen. But just know that um, it's pretty awesome in Utah. Pro number 6 is taxes. Utah is in the middle of the different states as far as taxes go. We have a flat tax of 4.65% for personal and for corporate taxes. So, depending upon where you're looking at moving from, this could be great. It could be not so great. Like when we moved from Nashville to here, we had no state income tax. So, coming here, we actually lost money. However, sales tax is cheaper. So, we'd have to, I guess, do some math to figure out how much I gained or lost. I just don't like having to do state income taxes. It's much easier just to not have to file them at all like you did in Tennessee. Sales tax, though, once again, is cheaper here. Con number 6 is our high cost of living. This may be one of your biggest cons, but in most areas of Utah, rent is pretty high. Also, the cost of your home is pretty high, and that's just exploded since COVID. I feel like it's everywhere though, because I still do real estate also in Tennessee, and it's really expensive to live there. And they've had similar sorts of things with rent and home purchases. But if you're buying in most areas of Utah, um, if you're looking at moving somewhere where I can't help you, once you reach out, I will definitely refer you to a great agent. I know a ton of agents all through the state that are in every area. So if that's in one of those areas, I can definitely refer you to someone. Also helps me a little bit because I'll pay a referral fee, just being transparent. So that's just something that you should be aware of is the high cost of living here in Utah. You're going to see different things saying Utah is like the number 2 worst state for um, cost of living. I don't know if that's actually true because you can easily find a home in the 450, 550, 650 range. And while that may seem like a lot of money, depending upon where you're coming from, that's not a lot if you're coming from California. If you're in other states where it's high, that's nothing. Like if you were moving to where I do real estate in Tennessee, that 550, 650, 750, they have homes, 2 3 4 million dollar homes that people are moving and buying. So it's just, I guess, all relative where you're coming from. If you're wanting comparing maybe Utah to Texas, then Texas might be a cheaper place, for instance, than here. But that's just something you need to be aware of. But I think that the good outweighs all of that. Just your high quality of life you're going to get here in Utah from doing everything that you get to do in the outdoors, I think just makes Utah amazing. Pro and con number 7 is Sundays. So when I mean Sundays, I mean things are closed on Sunday that maybe you're used to being able to do. For instance, you can't buy a car here in Utah on Sunday. You can't buy alcohol on Sundays. On holidays, you can't buy alcohol or certain alcohol at the state-run liquor stores because they're closed. So just different stores are going to be closed on Sunday. You can't go to Chick-fil-A, for instance, on Sunday here. You can't go to Hobby Lobby or Chicken Salad Chick. A bunch of different places are closed on Sundays. Uh, for me, I really like it. I went out this last Sunday shopping, and there was really nobody out shopping. It was a really, really nice day to go shopping. Also found that Monday morning is a great day to go grocery shopping. If you're looking at a good day to go, there's not very many people doing grocery shopping on Monday, and they seem to have most of the shelves stocked. So those are my updated pros and cons of living in Utah. If you'd like more information, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat with you, talk to you all things about Utah, share even more of my experiences of living here, how I can help you get moved here, find a right home, all of that. Until next time, I'm out.